This here is the 16-inch MacBook Pro M4 Max with 64 gig of RAM and 2 terabytes of hard drive space. This thing cost a lot of money, It's almost the absolute best MacBook Pro you can buy. The only thing higher than this is if you get the 128 gigabyte of RAM. Now I thought 64 gigabyte is surely enough because for that extra bit of RAM, you're paying quite a lot. And already 64 gig RAM is a lot. This thing comes with a 16-core CPU, a 40-core GPU, and a 16-core neural engine, whatever the hell that is. I'm sure if you're watching this video or thinking of buying this thing, you already know the specs. You already know what it does. You just want to know, is it worth spending the money to buy one of these absolute beasts? Now in US dollars, this thing is $4,300 US for this exact model with the same specs. In Australian dollars, it's 7,400 Australian dollars. Now that is a pretty penny. When I bought this, I wanted the top of the range laptop, something that was going to last me a while, something that was going to run everything, that I could just open a program, slap on all the effects, and it was just going to crank. So I guess the question is, does it crank as much as the price it costs? Honestly, no. Do I think this is a very powerful laptop? Yes, I do. Do I absolutely love this thing? Yes, I do. But can you justify the price? And honestly, I don't think you can. If I had to put a value on this, I would pay 3,000 US dollars. Or I think it's worth about 5.5 Australian dollars. But the 7,400, it's just not that powerful. So when I got it, I upgraded from an M1 MacBook Pro with 16 gig of RAM. And when I got this thing, it just, like, yes, it's fast. It's very fast. But I thought it would just be a little bit faster. Now, look, I've done some benchmark tests and I will show you them, and you can be the judge by looking at those specs. But at the end of the day, what do those numbers really mean until you're using this thing? If you have the money, and money is not an issue, by all means, buy this thing. If you're deciding about whether to get just the MacBook Pro instead of the MacBook Pro Max, I would maybe stick with the MacBook Pro. I would maybe save your extra bit of money. At the end of the day, it does depend on what you want to use it for. Now, I use it for video editing, 4K. A lot of the time I'll have 6 layers of video, 5 layers of audio. I'm rendering out a lot of things, and yeah, it's pretty fast. When I'm rendering out a 6-minute video, depending on how many layers and things there are, look, it takes between like 3 to 6 minutes, which I think is pretty good. And when I'm rendering out like an hour-long movie, it might take me an hour or so. This thing is fast, and I'm using DaVinci Resolve, and maybe one of the more hardcore things is like when you use the face tune feature. Look, honestly, I don't really get any lag. As far as like looks wise, it pretty much looks exactly the same as my old M1 Pro. It does have a few little upgrades, which I'm sure you know about. It's got an extra USB-C port, a fingerprint sensor, which is pretty cool. It does have an upgraded webcam, but other than that, it's kind of just the same computer, but just really freaking fast. I will say though, the sound on this is really good. So look, at the end of the day, you already know the specs. You just want to know, is it worth spending that money? And unless money means nothing to you, go buy it. It is fast, but if you want to save that extra bit of money and you're really cautious about that, I might say, yeah, look, you don't need the Max. Hope this has answered your questions. Have you bought this? What do you think? Was it overkill? Do you think it was worth the money? Anyway, until next time.